It's just such a unique, beautiful, agriculturally oriented place.
They know every mountain.
The larger one here is called Lambourne.
They know every name.
Can't really walk down Grand Avenue in Paonia without running into a few people you know.
They know why they picked Paonia for their home.
Oh, totally into it. Love it.
It's wonderful.
My Cinderella dream was to live on a ranch.
Landon Dean. She loves this place
All I wanted to do was raise cows.
almost as much as her 80 head of cattle.
This valley has just blossomed into this just awesome, amazing organic food production area.
But a few years ago, a new threat rose over the horizon of the North Fork Valley.
To bring an industry in that could destroy an existing industry that's budding just really doesn't make any sense.
She's talking about the oil and gas industry, an industry that's popping up all over Colorado. And this valley, home to the highest concentration of organic farms in Colorado, was next.
We've invested heavily in being here.
Brent Hellickson is a winemaker,
Yep.
not an activist.
Oh, heavens no. No, that wasn't part of the plan.
But he and Landon have found themselves fighting against something much bigger than their community.
You're dealing with the government, and the government's like a very large cruise ship. You can't get it turned very easily.
The Bureau of Land Management, which oversees federal lands, first got requests in 2011 from oil companies wanting to lease parcels in the North Fork Valley for drilling.
It actually takes us about 9 months to go through that process to determine whether those parcels are leasable.
The BLM weighs all sorts of considerations, including a community's concerns.
We had a very personal reason to be part of this fight.
Landon's ranch is almost completely surrounded by BLM land.
So if those parcels ever do get sold, there could be gas wells out there in every direction.
Anytime you have drilling or fracking, there's the potential for contamination of the air and the water, basically to agriculture.
A far range of concerns, but a big one here is the water.
With hopes of defending the valley's natural resources,
This is the North Fork of the Gunnison River.
Jim Ramey organized the group that's gotten folks like Landon and Brent to BLM meetings and even into the Capitol Hill offices of Colorado's senators.
To be able to be heard in places like Denver and Washington, D.C. is really great. We're a couple hundred folks who live here in Western Colorado who are concerned about this issue, and we don't have high-paid lobbyists.
Those communities were engaged. We had over 3,000 comments when we posted our draft environmental assessment.
The BLM finally okayed thousands of acres for drilling in February, but not the land right around Paonia.
We determined as we reviewed public comment that we needed to do further analysis.
It's the second time the BLM has deferred a decision on letting big oil into this town.
Getting involved early in the process makes a huge difference.
But Landon and Brent know this fight isn't over.
The BLM is heavily incentivized to go ahead and lease it. It generates income for the federal government.
We still do have to have our guard up.
So the winemakers, ranchers, people of the North Fork Valley will continue to stand up for what they know.
The voices come together, and technically they're supposed to be working for us, not for the oil and gas companies. We actually saw that. We saw the fact that they were listening to us.